back to my channel. This is Tony. So I'm back and today I'm going to do a spoiler-free book review of Throneofglass series, if it wasn't obvious. And also I'm going to tell you my journey in reading this series. So without further ado, let's go. So before we start this video, I want you to know that I'm still new in reviewing books. Therefore, you might find this video lacking, or if I say something wrong, sorry in advance, guys. And this is solely my opinion. So even if I tell you or recommend you this series or these books, even if I enjoyed it, you might not enjoy it because we have different preferences when it comes to books. We have different books that we like and dislike. I just want that to be cleared out. So anyway, Throneofglass series by Sarah J. Maas. I started reading this series last April 4 and I finished reading it last April 15. So I was able to read this series in 11 days. Is that short or long? Anyway, I really enjoyed this book. I would recommend it if you liked or if you have read ACOTAR series, also by Sarah J. Maas. You would also love this, and if you love books about fae, about witches, about dragons, about wolf, fantasy books, you will definitely love this. And well, you'll never know until you read it. You'll find out if you like it or not. But I'll tell you, it gets better in every book. You'll see the improvements in every book. You'll see how it gets better. You'll see how the characters mature. You'll see how the characters improve in every book. This book is one of the popular series since 2012, since Throneofglass was released in 2012. Some really didn't like this, but for me, I loved it, I enjoyed it. And if you're going to ask me if it is overhyped or worth the hype, I'd say it is worth the hype for me. I really enjoyed it. And I rate this series 4.9 out of 5. 0.1 is the things that I dislike about the series. Anyway, if you're going to ask me how to read this, I'd recommend two ways. Either in this order, which is the Assassin's Blade, the prequel or book 0, then Throneofglass, Crown of Midnight, Heir of Fire, Queen of Shadows, Emperor of Storms, Tower of Dawn, and Kingdom of Ash. Or the publication order, which is Throneofglass, Crown of Midnight, the Assassin's Blade, Heir of Fire, Queen of Shadows, Emperor of Storms, Tower of Dawn, and Kingdom of Ash. Yes, I would definitely recommend this series to you guys, especially if you like or if you've read ACOTAR series and enjoyed it too. You would definitely love this too. If you'll ask me what is my favorite books in this series, I have, I think, 3 or 4, because really it gets better in every book. Heads up, by the way, I can't tell you that much information in this series because you'll get spoiled. There are a lot of plot twists in these books. There are a lot of revelations in every book. Like, for example, this is the first book, right? Throneofglass. At the ending of Crown of Midnight is where it gets interesting. The ending part of this, it gave me a shock. For people who've read this series, you might say that, oh, I predicted that. I already knew that was going to happen. But no, I didn't predicted what will happen, and I got shocked at the end. And this is Heir of Fire is where it really gets interesting. So my favorite books in this series is Heir of Fire, because this is where it really gets interesting. Empire of Storms, even though this book broke me, this is one of my favorites. And Kingdom of Ash. Queen of Shadows, maybe, but I'd say that these three are my most favorite. So let's head on to what Throne of Glass is about. So Throne of Glass is about our main character, Celaena Sardothien, who is the world's greatest dangerous assassin. She is, well, as you can see, Assassin's Blade. Assassin's Blade. Celaena Sardothien is about to compete in a competition to be the king's champion. The king's champion is, in my case, the king's murderer or king's killer, since the king's champion will be the one who's going to kill for the king, who's going to kill the enemies of the king, who's going to kill anyone who'll step into the way of the king, do the dirty works of the king. As she joins this competition, she discovers a lot of things about the kingdom, she discovers darkness in this kingdom. She discovers a lot of revelations that will change her life. So yeah, the characters that I can tell you in Throne of Glass is, of course, Celaena Sardothien, Kaol, which is the captain of the royal guard, Dorian, who is the son of the king of Darlan. Basically, that are the three main characters. I've heard or read that some of the people don't really like our main character, Celaena Sardothien. And I definitely understand if you don't like her, because there are really parts in this series or in these books that I didn't like about her or irritated me. But I feel like you'll understand her more if you read these books, especially this one, because this is about her. This is about Celaena Sardothien. This is the prequel. This is about her. This is a combination of 5 short stories, which is The Assassin and the Pirate Lord, The Assassin and the Healer, The Assassin in the Desert, The Assassin in the Underworld, and The Assassin and the Empire. This is about her, so this plays an important role in the series because this is about our main character. But even though there are parts that I didn't like about Celaena, I love her. She is magnificent, she's cunning and marvelous. I just feel like she's really, the one. I really love her. I love her character. I actually love every character in the series. I feel like every character that Sarah J. Maas includes in the series are perfect. The only one that I didn't like is, of course, the villain. You know that feeling that even though there is a certain villain, you have attachment to them. Like, for example, for me, in The Mortal Instruments, I have an attachment to Sebastian Morgenstern. I love Sebastian even though he's a villain. But the villains here, I didn't feel any attachment. I don't really like the villain here, or the villains here, the enemies, I don't like. Especially this particular villain. If you've read this series, you'll know who I'm talking about. And if you're going to read it, you'll also know. You'll just see that this is the most the person that I hate the most in the villain. So anyway, the Throne of Glass. Crown of Midnight is where the action picks up. A lot of things happen in Crown of Midnight. And like I told you a while ago, the ending gave me a shock. So if you've read it, message me if it gave you a shock too, or you already predicted that. But anyway, this Heir of Fire is really where the action or the story gets interesting, where the story picks up, because this is where Celaena finds more about herself. This is where Celaena makes hard choices. This is where she becomes kind of irritating for me because she keeps on running from her past. She keeps on ignoring her past, her destiny, or she keeps on ignoring what she have to do. So there are some parts of Celaena, why are you being like that? But still, I love her. But nonetheless, even though some parts she becomes irritating to me, this is where she finds more about herself. This is also the book where she accepts her past, and this is where she discovers more about herself. This is where she finds out more about herself. And in Queen of Shadows, this is for me kind of nerve-wracking because of the scenes that happened here. There are a lot of action here, nerve-wracking action that happened here that that really has an impact in the story. There are a lot of enemies who appeared. I need to keep saying that there are a lot of revelations in every book. Seriously, that's why I can't say that much. There is a lot of revelation, there are a lot of plot twists. So yeah, new enemies will appear here. And if I'm not mistaken, new characters too. Of course, new enemies, new characters. Obviously. My Tony, you're being dumb. Anyway, Empire of Storms. Empire of Storms. This book broke me. Seriously. Because of what happened to our main character. Oh, it really broke my heart. It really shocked me of things that happened here. There are a lot of choices that Celaena have to do or have to choose. But if you don't really know her, you'll say that her choices are kind of reckless or selfish, or she's just being, reckless. But if you really look into it and get to know her more, you'll see that her choices, the choices that she makes, there's a reason for every choices that she make. And some of the characters here, even the closest to her, doubts her decision, doubted her. But after knowing her choices, after that certain choice happened, they find out that, oh, this is why she did it. This is the choice that she made. So she is really, Celaena, you're a genius. I love you, Celaena. I'm not, maybe I'm being biased, but I really love Celaena. Emperor of Storms also is a game changer for me because of what happened here. Just read it. I can't tell you that much or else you'll be spoiled. So just read it, guys. I'm not forcing you, but I don't know how I'll convince you. All I can say is that if you love ACOTAR series, if you've read it, you will also love this series. And well, if you're into dragons, fays, and magic, fantasy, if you're fantasy all in all, there is also wolves. If you're into that, you'll love this series. Well, in this case, dragons is not called dragons here. They're called, is it wyverns or wyverns? I'm sorry, I don't know the pronunciation. So there, Empire of Storms is also nerve-wracking and a game changer for me. And after finishing this book, I cannot stop thinking about what will happen next. Hi, Mommy.
Yes, storytelling.
This is a book review. So Empire of Storms is Tower of Dawn. Tower of Dawn is about Kaol Westfall, as I told you before, or as I told you a while ago. Kaol Westfall. Kaol is the captain of the Royal Guard. This is all about him. And to be honest, I wasn't really planning on reading Tower of Dawn. I was actually planning on skipping Tower of Dawn since it's about Kaol and just going into Kingdom of Ash. I didn't expect that I like Tower of Dawn since at certain part of this series, I think it's Queen of Shadows, I had a dislike to Kaol Westfall. I hated him at some part. That's why I wasn't planning on reading Tower of Dawn. But anyway, I read it, and what I didn't expect is to love it. You really need, or you really, because I saw someone, or I saw some people that they skipped Tower of Dawn. No, you shouldn't skip it, because Tower of Dawn, a lot of the scenes here plays an important role in the Kingdom of Ash. There are a lot of important things happening here that will be in the Kingdom of Ash, so you really need to read it. There are a lot of characters here, of course new characters, who plays an important role in the Kingdom of Ash. So you shouldn't skip it. Don't skip Tower of Dawn. At first that was what I was thinking. I was thinking of skipping Tower of Dawn and just heading on to Kingdom of Ash. But no. Don't skip it. You should read Tower of Dawn. No, Tower of Dawn. Yeah, you should definitely read it. I didn't expect that I like it, but I love Tower of Dawn. I love the story of Kaol Westfall. And I feel like, Sarah J. Maas, I feel like you should also do a story or a book about Dorian. Yeah, about Dorian too. Because Kaol already have his book, Tower of Dawn. Anyway, that plays an important role in the Kingdom of Ash. And the Kingdom of Ash, all I can tell you about this is I rated this 5 because I feel like all is laid out here. Like, I wouldn't ask for more. I think this is something that I wouldn't ask for more. Anyway, all is laid out in here, and I feel like everything is in here. That at first I was contemplating on heading into this book because this is 121 chapters, if I'm not mistaken. I'm forgetful. This is a 984 pages book, and it's super long and thick. You can see it is thick. I don't care how long is it because I enjoyed this. Again, I rated this 5 and I really enjoyed this last book of the series. I'd like to read it again because you'll see that every scene that happened here really is important. Like, every scene, every part of the scene is important. That will play an important part to the ending. So I feel like really all I can say is Sarah J. Maas, you the bomb. This is the ending that it deserves. I don't feel like this book is lacking. I feel like all is laid out here and I couldn't ask for any more ending but this. This is the ending that I want. I feel like all is in here. All is, it's a satisfying read. That's all. So yeah, that's it, guys. Oh, by the way, if you read this series, if you want, only if you want, you can message me in Instagram so we can spaz and talk about the series, because I can talk here that much. Because just guys, if you're planning on starting on reading this series, message me in Instagram. I'd like to hear your thoughts. I really enjoyed it, I really love it, and now I am a fan of Throne of Glass. I'm going to buy the collector's edition at Throne of Glass, the UK and the US. And yes, I would definitely recommend this. This is worth the hype. And yeah guys, I don't know how to convince you more, but you should definitely read this. So that's all guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, kindly give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, kindly subscribe down below and click the bell button so you'll get notified when I'll upload my next video. So again, thank you guys for watching. Sorry if all I do is babble, and I feel like this video will be lacking. But anyway, thank you for watching. Bye. God bless. Stay positive. Keep smiling. Bye.